Life is a journey, and sometimes you need an attorney. What a great saying to introduce our next guest, Todd Marks. Todd, right now we were talking about the fact that the thing that makes you guys interesting or makes you guys different, not just your referrals for your law firm, but the fact you look at yourself as kind of like a counselor. Explain that a little bit and why people, if they do need to call an attorney, you'd be the guy for them.
Well, we are attorneys and counselors at law. So I'm a George Mason Law grad, and we took a law and economics approach. So we look at a legal issue from the aspect of how does it make sense strategically, financially, but also legally. So we'll tell you whether we believe you could win the case or lose the case, but then also based on your financial circumstances, what's the best way for you to approach the problem?
And speaking of the problem, you deal with all sorts of problems, everything from civil law to family law. Kind of break down who you'd be best suited to help.
So we're a community-based practice. We have a general practice. So we help families and businesses and entrepreneurs who've always wanted to start a company. So if they want to form an LLC, enter into contracts, negotiate sales of businesses, things like that. We also help families who are struggling in the difficult emotional times of divorce and child support and alimony and time sharing. And one of the trends that I've noticed in the legal market in Tampa recently, we have a lot of estate planning with wills and trust, things like that, so that parents can make sure that their kids aren't in a difficult situation in the event of their untimely death. And so we've been able to help folks plan ahead, and I think that's a good sign in the economy. We also practice bankruptcy, foreclosure defense, short sale negotiations, but the good sign is that families and entrepreneurs are planning ahead and taking proactive steps in this economy.
I was going to ask, it seems like a lot of people, probably like myself included, would maybe wait till it was too late to do something like that. But you're saying that's not the trend. You're seeing people trying to be proactive, which has got to be a good sign.
It's great because like my mom will ask me great legal advice, but then she may not follow it or she may not take it or ask me after the fact.
Yeah.
Before you sign a contract, or enter into an agreement, ask an attorney. We offer free consultations. We can meet with people, walk them through their issues, give them what we think it would be the legal outcome, and then talk through the strategy that they want to take.
So safe to say, start that relationship now instead of just kind of waiting, and meet the consultation and start this working so they know who to call if people get into a bad situation, right?
Yeah, it's always better to plan ahead and think ahead, and I think that is the smart approach.
And one of the other things that was interesting when we were getting ready to do this interview, you talked about how you can actually look at your practice and see how the economy is doing well. And I know that you made the analogy for me. Please share with our viewers why you think the economy is well and what you're seeing at your office.
And again, I've seen the trend go away from bankruptcies and foreclosure and financial calamity to planning ahead with businesses, figuring out what's the right business entity to select, what types of contracts would protect a business from future problems, and then also with families planning ahead, choosing whether to have a will and select a guardian in advance rather than letting a court do it after their death, and then also preventing problems like an 18-year-old inheriting all of the inheritance and getting a Lamborghini, maybe set up a trust and plan it out over time and give incentives for education and things like that. So it's been a nice turn to the more positive side of the economy.
Well, good stuff. And I was going to say, it's actually called, your practice is called WestChase Law, but you have several other locations to point out.
So we have 4 attorneys now, and I'm looking to add, and we have 2 offices. The first office was in WestChase at Countryway and Limeball. The second office is across from the University of Tampa, above the Mise en Place restaurant near the Oxford Exchange.
Oh, yeah.
And we're looking to open a third here in the near future and add a couple more attorneys. So things are going well in that respect.
Well, Todd, I appreciate your thoughts. Like you said, you like to work off of referrals, you have plenty of them, but also you focus yourself on a counselor and can help people in any area of need, as the list that you gave us. And if you are interested in contacting WestChase Law, all you have to do, give an 83490-5211 a call.